So when I created Burnout's Kryptonite, it came from interviewing hundreds of first responders across the country. And it came from hearing, not even interviewing, like when I say interviewing, like I actually interviewed 75 to 100 formally on 10 or 15-minute phone calls, but talking to hundreds of first responders across the country, some of them male, but mostly the females talk to me. Because I train male and female all across the country with tools of hope. But the bottom line is I kept hearing like really common themes. I kept hearing really common themes, and it kind of bugged me. You know how, what's that word? Like, it's kept poking at me, not bugging me, but poking at me. Like, there's something here. There's something here. And so after all these conversations, I started paging through my notes. There's hundreds of pages of notes that I'd taken at conferences and during these phone calls. And over and over and over, they said, you know what? I need an instant reset between calls. I need an instant reset between calls. That's what I really need. Okay? And what I really need is down deep, though, right? Down deep, when we get kind of, you know, people lean in and they have that conversation with you. And they say, you know what? I need to up my game. I need to be better at what I do. I have all the technical side. I struggled for that, but I need to be better at what I do. And then they lean in, right? More, like, what else? What else is missing right now? What else is preventing you from being able to really make a difference in the way that you want to make a difference? And they lean in and their voice gets really soft. They say, you know what? I just want to be happier. My schedule's tough. I want to be closer in my marriage, or I want to be able to date, or I need to be a better mom to my kids. I want to be happier. Yeah. And as I was paging through the notes, they said over and over and over again, these are one-on-one conversations. These are people all across the country in all different disciplines. I just want my life back. I just want my life back. I just want to be happy again. I want to have peace. I want to have love. I want to have joy. I'm hard on myself, which means that I'm hard on my family. I have a terrible day and I come home and take it out on my loved ones. And there's just that constant like self-sabotage and self-doubt and feeling so stuck and feeling stuck under the 500 pounds. It just feels like a 500-pound weight on top of you. Just everything that you have to do on a day-to-day basis, constant. It never stops. And it gets old and it gets tiring. And so I really listened and I said, how can I provide some tools for these first responders who are carrying such a burden? And I had that spark, right? The day that my friend died. And this is now years later, right? This is a lot of years later. No, I would say 10 years later after that. So, finally this blueprint just comes together finally after years and years and years. And I thought, my God, I wish that I had had this when I was struggling, when times were super dark and when life was super heavy and crashing down on me. I wish that I had had this. And the thing is, wishes don't do anything. Wishes don't have any action to them. It's time to stop wishing and start doing. It's time to stop dreaming and start building something. Let's get the blueprint. Let's get the blueprint. And so what I started with, the blueprint starts really with Burnout's Kryptonite. And it's this three simple tools. And it's just been so phenomenal to be able to share these tools with first responders. And what's funny is I share the tools with first responders, and then business people get a hold of it. And they're like, what did you just teach the first responders about stress resilience? What did you just teach the first responders about quick resets and keeping your temper and being more professional? Oh, it's awesome. Okay, let's do this. And my passion is the first responders, and my deep passion is female first responders. So here we go. We get to dive into Burnout's kryptonite. We get to get the secrets that help us for the instant resets, because that's where it starts. You can't be rebuilding when you're in fight or flight. You can't be rebuilding when you're carrying 500 pounds of garbage. You can't be rebuilding when you're stuck in your past. You can't be rebuilding when you're chained and when you're in a prison that you didn't cause. This wasn't your fault. You didn't learn. You didn't learn. We didn't learn how to be resilient in the face of older parents that you're helping. You didn't learn how to be resilient in the face of call after call that's just crap after crap and so much pain in the world. You didn't learn how to be resilient in the middle of a pandemic. You didn't get that class. You didn't learn how to be resilient in the midst of your life and your relationship crashing down on you. We didn't learn. This isn't your fault. Self-doubt and self-sabotage and that feeling of that deadening feeling of being stuck. You didn't learn how to move past that. So we get to learn how. We get to learn the instant resets. We get to learn and get. We get them. It takes me longer to teach them than for you to do them. So we get to dive into this journey and we get to shortcut. We get to shortcut in a graceful, simple way and get different tools. We get to shortcut. So listen, here we go. We're on the journey. Let's do this. This is Ana-Christina with Tools of Hope, which is kind of like our bus, kind of like our vehicle. That's the tools. And the group that's on the bus is the Resilience Builders. Here we go. Bless you and the work of your hands and your loved ones. This is Ana-Christina. I'll see you in the next session.